Who do you be? Knife or machete meant to cut down the pedestal of God's purpose? Or are you the judge? The scale of 1 to 10 upheld by unrighteous men, placing scales on the eyes of visionaries? Are you the shame that laced my mother's milk? Lies fed to me about me, weeds wrapped around the roots of potential. Are you the night? The sensation that welcomes demons and dreamers alike, or the churning of the stomach with horrors impossible to digest, the biting of the tongue preventing the lungs from singing. Maybe you are a misplaced identity, leading the soul into the walls of limitation. Maybe you are the law of the land, laws created by those who ain't never truly owned the land. Well, listen, I tell you who I be. See, I be the light that nourishes the true vine, pruned and perfected to please the true and living God. I be the revolt, the battle cry heard by slave and slaver. I be chaos, the cyclone uprooting the status quo, chucking that shit from Kansas to Oz. I am the conviction that causes oppression to quake with guilt. I be the clarity of heart, of mind, of spirit. I am the joy, hand selected for oneself, created and carved and crafted to my own liking. I be bruises from shoving away hate to make room for love, true love that is patient and kind and does not dishonor others but always protects. Look, I be the peace that comes from being one's complete self, embroidered in the very marrow of my bones. It took your chains to show me that I could break them. And for you being who you be, I know fully who I be. Yo, my name is Charles Hines. I'm a poet out here from Tampa, Florida. And yeah, that poem was called Who I Be. I wrote it specifically about those instances where external things or just voices outside of yourself can cause you to really question your worth, who you are, and just kind of combating that. So I like to say that I feel weird about writing poems specifically that are for me. This was definitely a poem, stuff that I needed to hear in the moment, stuff that sometimes I still need to hear, just reminding myself, yo, like, you can't let anybody else cause you to forget what you have to offer, who you are. You can't allow somebody else to steer you from your vision. That's really what that poem is all about.
Would you consider your poetry as a sort of therapy for you?
100%, 100%. So I definitely believe that writing is just writing outside of the performance. I write oftentimes where I feel like I can't put my feelings anywhere else, or if I'm battling with something internally and I wonder, yo, would this be too much to tell somebody else? I write it down so I can really have that place where I don't feel judged or where I don't have to worry about me being too much me. My writing is very much a place where I can see and accept myself first, even before I give it out to the rest of the world.
What advice can you give those that's just not where you are in terms of writing, being able to overcome some of the anxiety in regards to putting that stuff out there?
Definitely, like, the greatest thing about writing, about any art is, not just poetry, but if it's music, if it's like performance, acting, photography, whatever it is, it's all a craft. And because it's a craft, it can be improved. So I didn't just step into the scene one day a perfect writer. Like, I had to learn from people. I still to this day take workshops, read up on stuff, and practice advancing my craft. I still take cues from other poets who I feel may have something I don't have and try to implement that every single day. Writing is a craft, and it can always and will always improve if you work towards that. But then I don't believe that any artist, or I don't believe that any artist should get to a point where you kind of feel like, yo, you good and there's nothing I can do. I never not get nervous. I never not think about how I can improve or elevate. Like, even after doing this for years and years and years, I don't ever want to get to a place where I feel like, all right, I reached my peak, there's nothing I can do. I'm always looking for ways to improve and elevate, and I challenge every artist to be that way.
What inspires you to write?
Just life. Life is just as crazy as it is, and me, I'm a very much emotionally charged person, and I feel like a lot of my art, for lack of a better word, is triggered, or I write about things that I feel like lights a fire in me. So even the poem I did, Who I Be, it was something that was kind of spur of the moment that just kind of domino affected this realization and these feelings. And when I write, when I perform, it's just helping me navigate those, just the overwhelming of whatever I may be feeling, help me see it for what it is and get through it.
What's any last words that you want to have everybody hear from you?
Definitely, everything is a journey. Don't expect to, nobody gets there overnight, and we can't use somebody else's life as a measuring stick for our own. Like, when you look at whomever may inspire you, you only seeing the polish, the finished product, you're only seeing the end game of how much they've worked or the grind, and you can't use that somebody else's finished product to judge where you are in your process, to judge your growth. You gotta live it day by day and just kind of trust that you will get to where you need to get as long as you put in that work.